We are facing a more than unique situation nowadays, with the COVID-19 pandemic changing our lifestyles and practically grinding the world to a halt. It's not an exaggeration to say that the current pandemic has and will continue to have a huge effect globally. Right now, we can see its effect in many different aspects of society, such as economy, politics, and culture.
Is this coronavirus thing affecting the cultural side of the world? And I'm gonna tell you this is quite bad. You're gonna ask why, and I'm gonna tell you that museums all around the world are shutting down because of this thing. Mainly because they're not willing to pay to see some art they can just Google. What you pay in a museum for is to go and get the experience, to see the art, to see the pictures, to touch the sculptures, and to get a walk all around the museum. You can't get that from home. Now, museums ain't making any money out of this, and with that, they can't get any salaries to the people that clean the museum. And with this, you can't have the museum, you can't have it operating. They're just in the standby by now, and we hope this ends soon. Now, another thing that is affected by this cultural thing is the parks, and with parks I mean the most famous parks all around the world. With this I mean Central Park and all the others. Now, Central Park is being shut down because a park is supposed to be a place where people can gather, have a talk, ride a bike, or even have a picnic. But they can't now because the ambient is dangerous. All the things is dangerous now. Well, you can't go to the park to get some trees and to see the grass and to like play football and all that stuff. You can't get that now because it's very dangerous to even go outside to the store or to drive something. You can't. Now, culture is being affected, but for a while.
The effect this pandemic is having over the worldwide economy is nothing short of worrisome. The devaluation of the currency, unemployment and bankruptcy, the interruption of the global production and the collapse of the biggest merchants are just examples of what the world is facing due to COVID-19. Despite many countries have activated an emergency plan, the crisis is inevitable. Many countries such as Mexico, Colombia, and Venezuela were greatly affected by the fall in the price of the raw materials, for example, oil, minerals, and some food. At the beginning of April, oil was minus $37. With many countries entering into economic recession, it's hard to know when or how will they recover from this.
The consequences of the COVID-19 on politics are more than we can imagine. On the United States, Europe, Asia, Latin America, and all the world. With the US diagnostic capabilities, medical and ability to treat medical complex cases are among the most sophisticated in the world. The system at large, balkanized and without universal coverage, is ill-equipped to deal with a pandemic. The US has half of the number of doctors per patient compared with Germany and lags substantially behind with many OECD countries in its ratio of beds to 1,000 patients. Will the virus shape the future of healthcare? Well, even in rich economies such as the United States and the United Kingdom, the lack of emergency healthcare facilities has forced an economic shutdown, which could have been less served if adequate treatment facilities has been available.
To say this pandemic has been rough would be an understatement. It has severely impacted the entire world and it will mark a drastic change in our lifestyle. Right now, the best we can do to help is to cooperate and follow instructions in order to pass this crisis in a quicker and in a more stable manner.